Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I'm Aaron Loomis, coming to you from the Ventura Cigar Company studio, and with me today is Jiunn Liu and Seth. Guys, how you guys doing?
Doing well,
Great.
man.
So today we are talking about the Davidoff Diademas Finas limited edition 50th anniversary. It's a Figurado 6 3/4 by 50 ring gauge. Comes out of the Davidoff factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrappers Ecuadorian Habano, binders Dominican Olor, fillers from the Dominican Republic as well. Blended by Hendrik Kellner. Price point is $36. And the cigar was released in July of 2018. So with all that out of the way, Jiunn, what was your smoking experience like?
It was really good. So, being Perfecto, um, to kind of the different ring gauges and how starts tapered and then it kind of gets into the actual true ring gauge of the cigar. So the smoking through all of that, it makes actually quite a difference in the cigar, I think. Even within the first third, I felt like there was a lot going on in the cigar. First quarter inch, you get that very classic Davidoff hay cedar note coming through, and then once the ring gauge kind of gets larger, I started getting like citrus, coffee minerals, and that joined that cedar and hay, and it all just worked really well together. Retrohaling gave me a sharper spice, a white pepper spice. Got a lot of like a bread yeastiness to it as well. Finish pretty long. Got mineral cedar bread, strength of body within that medium range. Moving on to the second third, it still holds really strong. The flavors started getting some coffee as well. And then I got some more minerality and like baking spices. Still getting that same cedar hay bread aspect of it. And something else that I realized within the second third is, the second third is basically where it hits the main ring gauge of that cigar, the thickest part of the cigar. And it was something to talk about is finish. I felt like the finish was really clean. A lot of, especially I feel like non-Cuban cigars have finish that's like, at least somewhat gritty, or it just kind of like sticks onto your palate. I didn't feel like that with the cigar. Strength of body was still medium. And then at the last part of the cigar, I felt like it started to kind of taper down in terms of like complexity of flavors. I also picked up some char to that cedar note, and also in general within the spice, starting to kind of take like an upswing, and that threw off the balance a bit, but it was still good. In terms of construction, it was overall really good. I rated the burn to be very good, which is one below our perfect score. Only downside was a couple of minor touch-ups that I had to do, but other than that, it was absolutely perfect. In terms of draw, it was perfect. I mean, it's not necessarily easy to do on a Diademas and like a Perfecto cigar in general, but it was flawless.
How about you, Seth? What was your experience like? I think you're muted.
Amateur hour. Yeah, like Jiunn said with the Perfecto, or a true torpedo actually. You got that ring gauge. At this middle third, it was when it was at its biggest, and then it was just increasing and diminishing. But it starts off with a lot of like red and white pepper spice, and there's some orange pepper qualities. A lot of rich earth. It's creamy, nutty. I got this creme brulee flavor profile. It was pretty awesome first third. Medium full in terms of strength and body. And then when I get into the second third, it really just comes up with a lot of chocolate notes. There's some rich earth. I got a little bit of the orange peel. It's faded. It's still showing some citrus qualities. I got this Hungarian paprika quality too. And it really just had a lot going on with it. There was depth, complexity. The transitioning throughout the ring gauge was fantastic for it. And then when I got into the final third, it just showed a lot more of the cedar, grass. There's some milk chocolate. There's some cream. I got some like oat bread qualities. So it showed more transitioning. It lost some of like the citrus qualities, but it was really nice finish overall. And I thought it was more finished at like a medium level in terms of strength and body.
Yeah, for me, did you want to hit construction or?
Yeah, I mean construction. The first third was really good. I smoked a couple of these. The second third was fairly solid, and the final third was, kind of on par. It wasn't perfect throughout, but it wasn't bad. It didn't really present too many problems, so it was pretty solid in that sense.
Yeah, for me, cigar started out with some cedar and some cream, and then as got to that initial taper where it started getting to the larger ring gauge, some little bit of earthiness kind of joined in there. About an inch in, some mustiness joined in to that same profile. Retrohale's kind of had a bit of an effervescence to it, along with the light cedar note. 2-inch mark, a little nuttiness kind of joins in to go along with that musty and slightly sweet cedar. Strength's mild, medium level. Second, third, things start coming together quite a bit for this cigar. Large amount of cream enters the profile, kind of takes the lead over that musty cedar. A little further in, a little bit spicy cedar increases to become even with the cream. And a little bit of earthiness kind of faint in the background still. Retro is still creating that effervescence along with a little bit of musty cedar. A little further in, the earthiness picks up a little bit, kind of leaving the mustiness as a supporting note. And then a little further in, cedar transitions to more of like a toasted oak note, and strength bumps up to be slightly above medium. Final third, profile kind of keeps that toasted and musty oak. Cream recedes quite a bit there. Earthiness still has a healthy presence in the profile. About an inch in, the oak loses that toast note, becomes fairly charred. Mustiness kind of still is remaining in that profile. Red Trail is really full of oak, earth, and mustiness, and the strength in that final third is still slightly below medium mark. Regards to construction, burns really good. A little bit wavy, didn't need any attention though. First ash dropped kind of the 2.5-inch mark, then dropped off about 1-inch increments after that. In regards to the draw, I thought it was perfect. It didn't have anything issues with it. It had the perfect resistance that I like. So, overall, what were your thoughts on this one, Jiunn?
I thought it was a great cigar. It's kind of funny because every time we review Davidoff cigars, well, for the most part, most of the time I'll say like, "Oh, is it worth the high price tag?" And I'll be like, "Well, maybe try it on a special occasion." But in this scenario, I feel like, yeah, it's absolutely worth that 36 whatever bucks. Like, you should go out and try it. It's that good. Like, I would go buy it with my own money. I felt like the flavors are engaging, it transitioned well, it's complex, nuanced, and just with something like this being like 50th anniversary, and paying respect back to the original Davidoff Diademas that was like 12 years ago. It's a lot of resume to live up to. I felt like it did a really good job of doing that. I was actually lucky enough to smoke through some of the Davidoff Diademas from that 12 years ago. And, is it as good as that? No. But then again, like you're talking about 12 years, you can't really put a, flavor profile, the 12 years of age on it. The older one is definitely like, it's like smoking, like it's super silky. Hopefully this cigar will get to that point it has those kind of legs. But as is now, I thought it was fantastic.
How about you, Seth? What were your overall thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. I think it's a great size. I think it's a great blend. The flavor profiles are just fantastic from start to finish, and it really. I mean, any cigar like this, you're going to see transitioning with the ring gauge modifications, with just the changes in the ring gauge. But just the flavor profile on this was just superb. So it's definitely. I've smoked a handful of these. I would definitely buy them. In fact, my retailers, he got multiple jars of these in, and he's sold out of them so quick. People just fell in love with these cigars. So I think it's fantastic release. One of the best ones I've had this year.
Yeah, I thought the cigar was pretty good. I mean, it had a nice progression of flavors, really kind of built up into the second third. I thought it was the best part of it. Construction is fantastic. I think this is, kind of exactly what you're looking for when you're looking at an anniversary type cigar where you're trying to celebrate something and you want to create a special cigar. This definitely, I think, met that expectation. I think it's worth the price, especially if you're celebrating something and want to smoke that. But also if you just really enjoy the profile and want to, stock up on them and whatever, but they definitely have value in them, even at a high price point. So I'd gladly smoke one of these. And I think if you're a fan of Davidoff, it would be something that would, you'd enjoy as well. So getting into the scores, we'll start from the top and work our way down. So Seth, you were number 1 with an 8.95. John McTavish was actually on this review. He wasn't able to join us. He gave it an 8.23. Jiunn was next with an 8.13, and I brought up the rear with a 7.07. So Seth, did that meet your score, meet your expectation and your experience?
Yeah, that's a high score.
Yeah,
it's a really high score. But I do think it's a special cigar. I do think there's something special with it. So yeah, I'll give that score to it.
How about you, Jiunn? Got into the 8s?
Yeah, not a lot of cigars gets into the low 8s like that for me. So, for all you guys that still get confused as fuck on our scoring system, let me just tell you that when I score flavor profiles that's very good, it's very rare that I do that. And in this scenario, 2/3 out of the 3/3, I scored the flavor to be very good. So yeah, it's definitely deserving of that low 8 score for me.
Yeah, I didn't score it as high as you guys did. I was down into the low 7s. I mean, I think it's a good cigar. I don't think as blown away by it as you guys. So it still meets my expectation in regards to the score that it got. I don't, still, if you get into the 7s with the way I score them, it's still a really good cigar. But it didn't wow me like it wowed you guys. So it wouldn't be something that I would, go chasing after as much as you guys would. Still a good cigar. I have no problems with it. I'd smoke plenty of them, but it just didn't wow me as much as the rest of them. You guys have any other final thoughts on this cigar?
Packaging's fantastic.
Yeah, nice jar.
Nice little jar.
Yeah, the cellophane was really good too.
So you expect from a $36 price tag, right?
It's the most top-notch cellophane out there, man.
That's right.
Agreed, brother.
The moment you remove it from the cigar, it automatically disintegrates into the atmosphere and fully biodegradable in 10 seconds. So, all right. If you're just catching this video on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to us. We'll also check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Be sure to follow us on all the social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Google+. And you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, so iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.